In scene number 7, with 43.
So Charlie, ace, queen of diamonds here. And Peter's standing up, so that can only mean one thing, Tower. Peter must have shoved all in. And Charlie going to have to call, I think, when it comes back round to him. It's not Gareth that shoved here. It's Peter in the big blind. And what is this? 11 bigs. We got ace, queen of diamonds. It's pretty close, Tower. I actually I wouldn't know. Because of the stack sizes, this is a real unique situation, this Goliath event, when we get to this stage of the tournament with the payouts, what they are. Like, there's so many stacks. I think 7 of the 9 are 20 big blinds or less. That's why Charlie hasn't snapped this off. At a different stage of the comp, this would obviously be a snap for just under 11 big blinds. But Charlie going to have to put in 2/3 of his stack here to make the call. I think we're still probably going to see him make the call, Tower. How are we doing, LF95? Bizarre scenario, having 2 pals to row on the Goliath final table.
Wow.
Huge good luck to Charlie, Gambit, and young Geeks.
We call with the ace queen.
And there's probably a 5 in the muck, the fact that his equity's this high with these 2 hands.
Yes!
There's a lady.
The queen shouted, the rail go wild.
No help on the turn for Peter. Can he find one of the remaining 5s to stay alive?
One soul voice shouts. Bless.
We get the first knockout.
From the Rudolph. A great effort from Peter Norton. What a run from him, making a final table in a 10,000 plus man field. He's going to take home £14,630 for his troubles. And now we are down to the final 8 players. Everyone locking up £17,070.
Well played, that man.
Look at the rail. We're behind.
Awesome. They were on the shots before they started.
Were they?
Oh, yes. 10 Jaegers, please.
Darren Brown, why does the dealer wear headphones? She's wearing that headphones because she lets our action tracker know what the bet sizing is, whether a player's folded, calls, if anything needs to be corrected. She can just quickly tell our action tracker, and then he will input it into the system for us to then commentate on half hour later. So opens to 3.5 million. And Luke in the hijack here, ace 10 suited, just going to let this one go off of 13 big blinds. And Saeed thinking about it, but never continuing with the jack deuce. David's going to do the same with the queen 3.
Yes, Charlie! Come on!
And Gambit here just shoves button. Is in with the pocket 8s.
Wow. So we shoved the button and we could get all his chips back. Queen deuce for Charlie. Geese has got 8s.
Yeah, this is just awareness from Charlie Tower that these 2 with Saeed sitting over there short do have to call off tighter. But Giggs happy to just put it in here with the pocket 8s. And in great shape to potentially double up, get back to near where he was before losing the flip. Gambit can still find a queen.
Oh, one of them.
So
I'm staring at the table like, what the fuck is going on?
To survive here, king changes nothing. So Geeks down to 2 outs to survive the Goliath, and it's the jack of clubs. So Yongse Yu out in 7th place for £20,730. Get in there, yes Charlie, go on Charlie. Everyone's loving that Charlie's got there, got plenty of support watching in the chat. And Charlie's locked himself £26,820 now.
Chance to double up against Charlie, who's got king 10. Saeed is all in.
We have an all
This is only a 5.5 big blind shove, and we've got 1 big blind invested. So with his chip stack here, Charlie happy to flick in an extra 4 bigs with the King 10 suited. This is still going to do very well versus a perceived 5 big blind shoving range.
Flop time, baby.
Ooh.
Spades, oh my days, it's never easy, is it?
So fading spades now, as well as a king for Saeed.
Spade.
Clean turn card, 8 of diamonds. So doesn't want to see a spade or a king. River card.
Oh, the offsuit king! Even worse than the spade.
Saeed ahead the whole way, but the river card kills his hopes and dreams to that £200,000 and being the story of the decade probably in poker. But still, what a run from him. You've got to remember he had the shortest stack coming back to day 2. He was 1,075. Well, Charlie raises to 4.5 and Luke probably just wants to shove here, Tal. We saw, there we go. This is the mistake that we saw Balin make earlier. Luke's not going to make this same mistake. Balin chose to 3-bet the ace-king and then got 4-bet by pocket 4s and ended up folding. But for this stack size here, it's fine to just shove for 27 bigs 5-handed. Like, we're just going to get it through so often. And at the moment, just picking up blinds ante as well as an open for 2.5x is massive. And good fold there from Charlie, just understanding the situation. Luke's probably never going to rip 27 big with ace-10, ace-9, these type of holdings. So basically praying to be flipping, like having Luke have 8s, 9s or 10s, and then most of the time we're going to be up against ace-king, ace-queen, and in a dominated spot. So good fold there from Charlie.
Now that I'm the big stack, and I'm the chip leader, I can do shit like this.
Fuel ins already. It's worth a lot of money, just outlasting another opponent at the final table.
I 3-bet Kyle here, like pretty light to be honest. Like this is a pretty light 3-bet. But I just know we're just ahead of so much, and like if he jams, it's just like okay, well shit. But anyway, so we 3-bet to 10 million,
but
and then Kyle just snap folds and
just outlasting opponents. It's going to be worth so much to us. You need to be.
You see, like this again. Another spot, like 5-handed, king 6 suited on the button, definite open, 100%. They just have to fold so often, right? And we just pick up the blinds again. And I'm the chip leader. You know, I can put on so much pressure. Oh, unfortunately, David just decides to ship the a6, which was fair play.
Yeah, Tower. I think completing might be the option here, because I think Charlie looks like the player that will just take it. Oh, it would have worked as well. If we completed here, Charlie would have shoved the 3s. We would have snapped it off.
100% would. 100%
But now
would.
it's hard to call here with
such
3s.
Such a funny dynamic.
13 bigs. Like I say, most of the time we're just going to be in a flip situation. Is Carl ever going to? He'll have deuces in here, but is he ever going to have like more deuce X, like king deuce suited, ace deuce? But imagine if Carl actually found the complete here with the ladies.
Oh, I pick up the chip as well. I pick up the chip. Would have
worked the treat, because Charlie then would have had the most standard jam with his particular hand. But I think 3s here.
Letting them go.
Yeah, I agree, Tower. I just think more than a third of our stack, we're sitting pretty with the chip lead.
He's got himself to the chip lead. I don't think you're going to put yourself in a spot with 3s to lose a third of your stack.
And that's the fold. I agree. Imagine if Carl finds a decline, it will go onto your desktop, laptop, wherever you're using. You can even use it in the App Store, get it on your phone. It'll take you a few seconds to make an account. You'll then see the lobby. You'll just go to tournaments. You'll find a £110 closer, 50k guarantee. Get yourself in and potentially have a deep run. And I reckon there could be 5 figures.
Right. I don't know if you saw it, but this is where my head went. And it's annoying because like the commentators missed it, and you'll see later on that the commentator says. So basically, what's happened is I've misclicked, right? And this is kind of just me, really. I'm clumsy. I'm very clumsy. I do clumsy shit. And I don't know, I guess the heat of the moment got to me, you know, I don't know what happened, but basically, I went to open, I went to raise. Obviously, you've seen me, seen how I play. I'm aggressive. I'm not limping in under the gun hardly ever, right? I think what I've done is, right, what I've done is I've just had an absolute, I've had a complete brain fart, and these pink chips, which are actually worth 2.5 million, I think I just thought they were worth 5 million for one point, because I picked up one of them and then I put two 250s in. And the annoying thing is I didn't say raise, so obviously...
Or get it on your phone. It'll take you a few
we
seconds.
pick up one 2.5 and two 250s. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so annoyed at myself because this is where the wheels fell off, right? Yeah, so anyway, obviously the dealer... I have no idea what I've done, and I've no idea what I've done. As you can tell from my reaction, the dealer then looks at it and is like, what the fuck's going on here? Tells me that I've misclicked. Then I have to just limp. I have to then just limp. And I play enough to know what I've done. I don't kick up a fuss about it, you know, I just roll with it. It is what it is. So then it has to be a call, right? And you can see from my reaction that I'm fuming.
You'll find a £110 closer, 50k guarantee. Get yourself in and potentially have a deep run. And I reckon there could be five figures up top in that one.
I'm just so flustered. I can't believe what I've just done.
Mick says he might use his...
So then what happens now is that brings David in, and obviously Georgian just gets to check and see a free flop.
Ticket and plan his float.
And you can tell I'm absolutely mortified with myself.
Didn't he win a closer ticket?
Yeah, he did win a closer ticket, yeah.
And they come in with absolute garbage.
That's why I was calling it. Everyone was asking for a stewards in the chat.
Oh yeah, nearly won two.
Yeah. He had a stewards inquiry on the giveaway.
And then we flop top pair, right? So we've let these two come in with absolute garbage. If I raised, which I was trying to, they would have both folded, most likely.
Top pair here after opening. We got David here with gut shot and 8 high flush draw. I should be checking this one over to the aggressor, who is Gambit, who probably wants to fire this one. Like heads up, may have some checks here, but three-way with our Queen 10. Probably just going to want to be firing here. There's Gambit. Just try.
Right, and it checks round, right, and now it's on me. And now at this point, I would 100% bet all the time, right? Like Jay's saying, I would bet if I'd raised pre, I would be betting this 100%. But because it was a limp, and now I've let these two come in, I just feel like I've put myself in a really sticky situation, because either one of them two could just have spades or have just some. I just don't know. I was just all over the place. I was all over the place in my head, and I was all flustered and didn't know what to do. So I just checked because I was just.
And get at least heads up to the turn. We're probably.
I just checked because I just didn't know where I was at. I didn't know what I was doing at this point.
Take it down now, but it's going to mix in a check. The three-way situation. Ace of diamonds on the turn.
And the commentator thinks that I've raised pre, so it's just carnage. So anyway, the ace hits the turn, right?
Not changing anything here, and checks once more over to Gambit.
And at this point, right, because they've both checked together, I'm thinking, okay, right, you know, they can't have much. And at this point, right, because they know that I wanted to raise pre, right? They know that I wanted to raise pre. I think if I bet now, it just looks like I have an ace. Do you know what I mean? Pretty much. I don't know. It's just I was just so I played this hand really weird, but obviously the reason was because of the limp and accidental limp.
He happens to just show down with his queen once his ace has rolled off. However, in terms of range, may choose to fire here. Would hit us a lot more often than the callers in the blinds. So he's going to rep the ace-x holding. Although sitting here with the queen, which is also good, and I think this will be job done here. David here can't call. Yes, we got a flush draw and a gut shot, but just with a single spade as the draw.
I hate this hand.
We got the reverse.
I just hate this hand.
Obviously.
I hate this hand. Just watch my face. Just watch my
With a
face.
single spade as the draw.
So at this point, I'm just like, 'cause I'm so pissed off with myself. I just want the ace hits, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can rep the ace because they know I want to raise. They know I want to raise pre, right? So at this point, I was like, right, I can just bet the ace, and they'll just both fold, right? So I'm just praying for a fold. Just fold. Just let me have it. Let me have it. Let me forget what happened. Let me forget about the mistake, right? And let me have it, right? But no. David is an absolute tank.
You've got the reverse implied odds, obviously.
He's a beast.
Up against a bigger spade, and then sometimes.
So he raises. So David raises. Because I'm just so angry, right? I don't even think it through. I don't even take a second. And this is something where I think experience is needed. You know, I think a lot more experience. I would have taken my time. I wouldn't have misclicked in the first place, but I would take my time here, and I would actually think about the hand and what happened. And I mean, when he check raises, what is he check raising? That he's checking flop and turn. Like that he's checking the flop and not like leading the turn. I don't like, you know. So he's never got ace queen. Like, I mean, I guess he could have ace 5, ace 6 maybe, but he might just lead the turn. I don't know. He probably would just lead the turn after it checks around on the flop. Because you don't want it to check round on the turn again. If someone's just got like the deuce of spades for some reason, like Georgian could have. So he probably would lead with ace 5, ace 6. He doesn't have ace queen, doesn't have aces, queens, doesn't have 5s or 6s, because again, he might have raised pre, and also he probably would have led the turn. So it's just like, I think it's just, I should have just taken my time. Because yeah, but I just snap fold, as you can see. I just snap fold, and I just angrily snap fold because.
Yes, we got a flush draw and a gut shot.
We'll watch when he raises. I just shake my head, and I'm just so annoyed at myself.
Odds, obviously, the times are up against a bigger spade, and then sometimes.
I just angrily.
He can't call. Fold, he does something even better, Tower.
He raises.
He finds the raise. That is a much better move than a call. We're going to have more flushes out the blinds there. We are. We're going to have more probably value.
Nice hand, Dave. It was just
check. Like, and if our opponent.
And it's just so annoying because if I didn't misclick, I see bet the flop and I take it down. End of. It's just really annoying, And then I would have been I would have been chip leading still. Would have been a nice spot. And
it's capped at like ace x at best, unless he's turn ace 6, ace 5. Then maybe he was just going to go after the ace x holdings and.
I think it's just because I was involved in this hand as well. There were so many more walks that I just wasn't involved in.
What's going on here?
What's happening?
So can David hold this time? Help with the deuces. Against 2 overs. Can he get the hole versus the king 4?
So is this like the first time he's been all in front?
Well, he's all, technically he's all in front with the deuces.
Oh,
not good for David.
Yeah, and it's just madness. We flopped the 4, and at this point I could.
But we know when David's specialty comes in Tower, it's usually the river. But let's see if he can find it.
And then we get a clean turn, and then at this point, this is literally right here. This is where life peaked for me. This is where life peaked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way. I've got 1 card to fade, to double up again, and to get the knockout.
And he caught the 6 of spades. So is this the end of the run of David Reed? Ace or queen needed. No! Of course it's an ace from space!
Of course
Sit
it's a
back
marriage!
down, David! Of course it is! What are we talking about? Is this the end of David Reed? It's not! He finds another river card to keep him in the tournament. This man just will not lie down, and back up to 56 million. David Reed, what are you doing to us here in the comms box? Oh my word! And I said it earlier on, when it's your day, it's just your day, and David at it again. This is such great viewing for you guys. We are loving this in the box here. Got some as well. I think Georgian's our short stack now. Obviously, he was the short stack when the deal was offered. King Queen for Kyle under the gun. Going to raise it up into the big blind of the short stack Georgian. I think Georgian's got around 6-5 big blinds, so Carl should be aware that we have to call any all in here from Georgian if he does choose to move in the big blind, and he is going to move all in. There's the triangle, and Carl has to snap this off. This, we have to be aware of this. But Georgian actually dominated here with the King Jack, so could potentially be going home with £39,000. Gonna need to find a Jack. He's off to his rail, walks around the table. Jack is needed for Georgian. I will let you know the deal figures after this hand catch, but it didn't go ahead anyway. It was turned down by the man that is at risk at the moment. So, off to the flop we go. There's a king. But just no help. Still in need of a Jack. 6 on the turn, not changing a thing, so Georgian gonna need the river. Jack is the requisite, and it's the 7 of clubs, so we do lose Georgian. We've been here before with David.
We'll not commentate until the river.
Alright, yeah, we'll leave the board, guys. So David here, once more, drawing to 3 outs. Can he find it? Yes, he can! Ace on the flop for David. He does it again. And just the 2 outs to fade now. David will not lie down. 10 of spades on the turn does bring in 4 more outs for the Kings. So King or Jack needed to fade for David. Oh my word, I was not expecting that. The run for Mr. Reed is over. What a run it's been. He's
Look at him, the legend just casually takes a sip of his pint. Oh yeah, who gives a fuck?
gone countless all in and calls over and over again. He's been down to 3 bigs, up to 50, back down to 4, up to 20, back down to 3, up to 10. But David Reed finally, Kyle gets him. But what an effort from that man. David going to be taking home £60,960. Finally someone gets him. So nearly there, guys. We've literally gone, we were 5-handed for ages, and we've just gone from 5 to 3 in a heartbeat. And over to Gambit here, who's short, so we could lose him soon. He's got a king, blind on blind. This is a shove, and it's a snap from Luke. Luke's in front as well, and the fist bump from Kyle here. This is huge for Kyle as well. He's not in the hand towel, but it's a 35k ladder here. If
89,120 is staring down at his Charlie. Yeah, Charlie sat there, got 4 big blinds, and he's just made an extra 29,000. That's the way he goes. No help.
No runners either tower.
At the minute for Charlie, no running cards. We need him to survive.
8%, 3 outs twice. Are we going to be heads up just like that? 3 is the requisite.
Is it a 3? It is not. The crowd goes wild yet again. This is one of the best rails we've ever had. We're down to 2.
Yeah, £89,120 for Gambit. Charlie Tarimbo is going to take home a life-changing score there, just under 90k, and we're just heads up like that.
Good. Come on. Can you please? All right, so yeah, that just happened. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to like all the messages that have been coming through, because like my phone is swamped. On my phone, it died. It's only on like 10% right now. So tomorrow I'll go through everything. I'll catch up with everyone. and reply to everyone, because I'm about to go out and get absolutely hammered. The money's already in my bank account. So let's go. But yeah, so just wanted to make a quick message just to pop on here and say thanks to everyone, because I couldn't have done it. Like, there were so many times when I was like, mentally I was like really struggling, and I'd just pick my phone up and I'd look at it and I'd see like a message from somebody saying, come on, let's fucking go, and or there or thereabouts. The people that have come down to watch me are like, why are you not more happy? Like, because I'm a little bit disappointed in how I played on the final table. It's really weird because like I played so well up until the final table. Like, I played solid, like absolutely solid. I don't think I ever got it in bad, like once. And then on the final table, I got it in bad like so many times, and I just feel like I look like an absolute whopper. And it's really kind of getting to me. Like, I rang my dad, and my dad was like, no, the commentators said that you were doing a good job or something, and saying that you made the right plays. But to be honest, I don't really know if I made the right plays at all, because obviously I'm a cash game player. This is my first tournament in like 4 years. One of the lads from the cash games was like, how have you pulled this one off? And I was like, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea, mate. But yeah, just like the jamming, like the jamming with the Queen Deuce and the King 4, like obviously, I don't know. You know, they're supposed to fold a lot of the time, but they just happen to wake up with hands both times. So I don't know if it's just unfortunate or I just shouldn't be jamming. I don't know. I have no idea. So I'm looking forward to watching the stream back and seeing what the commentators were saying. Hopefully they kind of saw where I was coming from, and hopefully I don't look like too much of a whopper. Queen Deuce, King 4 and King 3 and King 10. Bad every time, behind every time. Oh well, fuck it, I've got 89k. Right, I'm going out, I'm getting fucked up.